Check one. 1, 2, check. Okay. Let's turn that up. Alright. You're listening to the good old 1984 podcast. This is episode 1. I'm your host, Aiden. We got special guest and co-host Ryan here. And I'm going to start off by saying, right, that this changes the, because what you said, what it is in the first episode, even if it isn't that, what you say it is,
will be it.
Is it for, that is the, yeah.
Yep.
Is it a socialist podcast?
No.
It's not, okay, so it's definitely not a socialist podcast, which is, I'm relieved to hear that. I am, okay, because let's just get that out of the way. Why would it be? Indeed. Why would it be? Like, we have one mic between us.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that the best way.
Allowed to socialize anymore anyway.
No one's allowed to socialize.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if they can hear Ryan.
No, probably not.
Yep,
It's an instrument mic, in fact. Probably lucky to
You'd be lucky to hear me. But I think we know, you and me, and you listeners, what we're here for, and that is to discuss the coronavirus. But more importantly, how are things going to return back to normal for the common fucking worker? Like, I don't want to dance around that.
No, it's all about the common worker. And really it's all about...
Hang on, I'm going to give you the mic.
Not working. It's all about not working. So, don't work. Don't go to work. It's a lie.
But it's a lie based... Like, how is it a lie? How is it a lie, Ryan? I know...
I'm out of ammunition.
He's out, alright, alright. Alright, yeah, this was me all revved up. Yeah. I wanted to start this. I know, I've used it. I know, we should have had a hot mic. We should have been hot mic'd.
Wired.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Pretty much. The whole life. Stern does it. It's all about filming yourself and others.
Yeah, man, it's
difficult. It's difficult.
It's one of those situations where it's either the best time to get into podcasts, or it's like to do a podcast now that is going insane. Like, if you think that doing a podcast in this is the thing to do, like, I was of that opinion last week. Last week I was going,
it's the thing to do.
It's not to grow food.
No.
It's not.
Someone else will grow food.
Someone else will grow food.
Well, it's not that bad. But podcast is good. Podcast good, grow food bad. Well, not bad.
So people shouldn't be. How are we gonna get our fucking food from other countries after this?
We don't, and we never will.
Again.
I never did.
Oh yeah, good. Yeah, good point. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you?
I want to say that, yeah, I was getting some percentage of my food, like the kangaroo with the little bar underneath him, and it says the percentage of how much you're getting in this food is sourced from Australian. Like, stop looking at me like I'm Dick Smith. Right? Like I'm going into that territory. I'm not going there. Right? I'm not saying.
Do you want me to shut the door?
Yep. I'm not saying that the only way.
How are they gonna get back to normality when normality is the we can't do it.
It's, yeah, I know, yeah.
Is that what it is?
How do they get... How do you return? Like, what are we returning to? We're returning to a global economy, global trade. Okay, so that is going to be brought into question. That's going to have to be...
Yeah.
That's going to have to be monitored closer than it ever has before. And that is... We're talking completely... If they're going to keep capitalism around. Like, I know I've been talking about capitalism the past few days now. This is the first that I've actually choose to record it. It's a big deal. I don't want to sound fucking crazy, but I'm calling that I don't see that they can return to capitalism working as free as it was, quote unquote, ever again after this. And that's because it will fucking kill us because it's got trade now has a disease that is the regular flu. It's an evolution of the flu, and to my understanding it has made a jump from bats to humans, right? And we're going deep on this now, we're going into conspiracy territory, right? I guess only because it isn't even acknowledged on legacy media. They're not even talking about the bats anymore. They've ditched the bat. It's a...
I think it doesn't matter about the bat anymore. It's like, well, it could have come from anywhere.
Don't grab the mic because they're going to give me a disease.
Yeah.
So I'll try my best to keep the mic on you when you're talking.
Oh, yeah, okay, very good. Yeah, but I don't think they don't care about, it's not about the bat anymore. It's about the, I don't know. They just need more markets. Oh, but they're out too. The markets are out too.
Wet markets?
No, I mean like, everyone prancing around, buying goods that people have made for themselves, by others.
Dude, unless they're going to check your temperature every time.
It's about Etsy.
Etsy.
Everyone's on Etsy.
Who's going to want to... I mean, I'm not a germaphobe, obviously.
So buying your own shit's also out. Buying shit's out.
Ooh.
Well, maybe just consumerism. I thought maybe the, just on surplus, or what is it? Consumerism is bad.
You mean the consumerism in the sense of it excessive?
Yeah, isn't that it? Isn't that what you're saying? We can't go back to that.
It can't happen. Like, how do you go and buy a Chinese manufactured dress now from, like, how does a lady buy it? Or a man? Like,
I think what we gotta ask is how do they
do it?
How do they buy a dress? Surely they can buy dresses.
Well,
they can buy their own stuff. So maybe it's just what do they do, and how the fuck do we get one? If you want to buy a dress made from China, if that's what you want to buy,
how are they going to do that again after this? Like, unless they fix it with the vaccination, and everyone is cool to just go about their business as completely normal, and everyone, like, what about the next disease, anything like this? Like, what? I don't know, I'm not jumping that far ahead already, but I'm just saying, like, even if,
only survive so long on certain surfaces. So couldn't they quarantine your goods? Couldn't they quarantine your goods for the time it takes for the germs to die on your goods?
Yeah, that would be a start. I mean, doesn't that seem like common sense now?
No, they could just do that. Yeah. Then they could still trade. And they still can trade.
Yeah.
But, like, maybe they can't trade lettuce because that might perish in 14 days.
I was just going to say, yeah, perishable goods.
But we don't do that anyway. We don't, as Australians.
No, we
I
don't.
think we do. Yeah. We grow shit here because we do.
Yeah, true. We're blessed in that way, yeah.
A great nation.
Yeah, it's. I feel at a loss for words now. I don't fucking believe it.
Oh, yeah, that's what.
Let's see. Okay, I gotta see the scrawlings that I was writing in my mania, evidently, that I had here earlier. Okay.
Picture of a hot dog.
We in isolation are the privileged minority. That's the first point that I've written there. Okay, so yeah, so truly, what was I trying to get at there? I guess it's like,
You've written this on a wine menu.
yeah. So to be specific, what have I written this on? I've written this on a. God, what is this? Forward housekeeping. Good morning, Kylie. Jan gave me your details. I was wondering if any of your students would be interested in working in the housekeeping. Okay, this is from when I was on the last time I was on the dole. We in isolation of the privileged minority. So I guess that was in.
Oh, really? Yeah. Points for UBI, isn't that what it was going on? UBI.
Fuck yes, yeah, it is. Yes, yeah. As a starting point, why can't we just have a UBI? Like, why is it?
Why is it?
Is that going to be? That was crazy to talk about 6 months ago. I just want to put that out there.
Sure.
That's fucking crazy to talk about. That is.
I guess people were like sour to the idea. They would have to be more sour to the idea than now, because now they'd be like, sounds good to me.
Fuck yeah, they would be.
Yeah.
And rightfully so, because now they can see. It's like, I don't want to go out and work at the docks or whatever for a boss who works in a office or maybe from home or whatever. Like, he's not out, he's shaking hands, sure, whatever, but he's not out in the world. You know, that's where you catch diseases.
Certainly seems like craziness now with all the rules and such about not doing that. It would seem like a crazy thing to do, to go meet a employer.
Yeah, definitely. Like, you're risking getting a disease.
Yeah.
Quite literally. And we're not talking a fucking, like, we're not talking like one of those freak eat your flesh. This isn't meningococcal. It is literally like yeah, I mean, I did nursing, and it's like, when you're learning nursing, the flu is always talked about as in the same way people talk about.
You did nursing? What are you doing here?
Yeah, I know. Why aren't I on the front lines right now? I know. I did aged care, right? I did 2 weeks in the actual work environment. I'm not skilled. Powers that be, do not draft me to work on the front. Like, please do not send me an email saying, yo, you got a Cert 4 in aged care years ago, okay? I hardly listened in that class, right? I did all of my learning on the job, and I don't know, what I observed, I didn't think that the health services, at least in the private enterprises, the safest. I don't know. I can't even imagine. I did work placement in a hospital. It was like...
You thought it was difficult prior to an epidemic. You can't imagine how bad it'd be now.
Precisely. Yes, it was fucking difficult before. Oh, fuck, I hope they're hearing what you're saying. Because you are a flat line when you talk. You're doing the editing anyway. It's all good. The information, it's a flat line when you talk. It's like, I don't know.
Well,
that's why I don't want to repeat what you're saying like a cunt, but yeah.
When you don't talk. Look, when I'm silent. And then when I talk, I'm a little bit there. I'm like at least 6 decibels.
Okay, yeah, sweet. Okay, yeah.
Sure.
There's hope. Okay.
Yeah.
Where was I? What was that last point I was on?
We can't buy lettuce from China anymore, and
Yeah. No, but if you're in health, okay, yeah, like I said, it was difficult to manage, like cross-contamination. Well, it's not difficult. Like, it's easy to wash your fucking hands, obviously. But, like, I can't imagine if you were in the workplace for 20 years. I can't imagine the amount of times they must just, like, forget. Like, or like that dude had gastro. There were signs on the wall. Like, that one situation that I always talk, it's like, there was
people just like,
a gastro room.
Didn't wash my hands. Whoop, whoop, haha.
Yeah, and you see people pop their head in and out or something like that, and like, I can't quite remember. It was years ago, but I just remember feeling like it's kind of more improvised than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, that is.
Like, yeah, their rules are like fucking crazy. Yes, you learn all of that in TAFE, but when you go out there and then you actually, I don't want to make this about the medical industry. I'm not trying to make, I'm not throwing the medical. They're all fucking heroes right now. They're literally fucking heroes. Like, our mother works at an aged care home and she just keeps fucking going. And I keep saying, stop fucking going. Because you're not working for a public, you're doing it for a company that won't even... They're not even going to tell you to wear a fucking mask until you say to them, I gotta wear a mask. And even then, there's probably going to be some fucking pushback.
Yeah, people gotta stand up and say that we want masks.
Like, for your own life, yes, you do that. But I think you should go even further and don't even go to the fucking job. And I can understand why that sounds fucking evil, because all of the old folks are gonna be left alone or something like that. I don't fucking want that. Of course I don't want them sitting there and fucking rotting like they were in Spain, like I heard on the news or something. I don't want that either, but I don't want my mom getting sick so some fucking CEO person can live in isolation and reap money. I can't see it going any other way than that, because I get that the manager has to be there at the building and they're gonna, but like, they're still there in the building, okay? Everyone hates their fucking manager. Say what you will about them, they're still in the fucking building with you, risking, but like, and even then there's gonna be a class dispute happening even there, because you're going to be saying to that manager, like, hey, man, I'm wiping asses. Yes, I wear gloves. Yes, I'm doing that, but I'm in the zone of getting diseases. This is what they do. Yeah. They're saying that it can travel through fecal matter even. That's not like the regular flu. They're finding it alive in fecal matter. I don't know if that's true. Don't quote me on that, but
getting all the way through shit.
Yeah, it's surviving in shit, for fuck's sake. So that's India out of the fucking question, alright? I'm not even being slack, okay? I'm all for taking a shit in the street, but if this disease survives in shit...
You can't do that, then.
You can't be...
Well, at least you can't go... touching the shit in the street.
Fuck no, dude. You can't be anywhere near it. But, like, they... And that's what I mean, okay? We are the privileged, okay? You may as well have said special guest Slavoj Žižek for what you're getting from me here, okay? Because I've never had an original thought in my life. Say everything you want. It's completely true. My thoughts are never my fucking... They're always repeated. They're always parroted or whatever. Duh, of course. Let's just get that out of the way in episode 1. But I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about?
I know. Okay, yeah. But he was saying, okay, that, and I'm saying, Slavoj.
Fuck. When
Yeah.
did you talk to him?
Yeah, no, I heard him saying in a podcast. He's saying, yes, okay, we truly are the privileged here, being able to be unemployed, to even question this, because if you're in India right now, they're poor as people.
Yeah, it's about the videos of being the sticks. They're using the sticks to hit the people, and it's wrong. And but they might just be people going to work. So that's what you're saying. The privilege of us not being whacked by sticks. That is even a privilege. It is privilege.
Yeah. Like, I'm saying that it's like, I don't know if I'm saying that it's a privilege. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's not. It's a right that we're not hit by sticks. I'm saying it's a right.
Probably hit people in the streets with sticks. Is what you're saying. If they're outside. Right.
No, I'm not saying that I want people hit with sticks until they go back
If
inside.
they shouldn't go to work, then should they be hit with sticks if they're outside?
Man, like they can, like, man. Okay, no. Over here we can practice in our society, right? In Australia, we can actually practice social distancing pretty effectively until you go on a train. Okay. Right, a lot of people get around by cars. I don't. I've never had my license. I've never had my L's. I can't even fathom driving. It seems like just a crazy task that people just take completely for granted to do. I'm a lazy cunt. Say what you will. I think it's completely insane. Fuck, you got to keep me on my train of thought here, Ron.
I can't remember what we were talking about. I was thinking about Elon Musk and his electric cars. I was thinking, what about electric cars?
Oh man, like the electric car, like I mean, those electric cars better be fucking manufactured in America. I'll tell you that. They are, right?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ, I don't know. Like,
I think there shouldn't be any cars on boats getting to other countries because that sounds insane.
right now.
Well, just doing that in general, what an insane thought. I gotta ship all these billions of giant vehicles across the world to sell them. They've shut down Holden, and that's proven that they, don't really give a fuck about selling to us, and it's too far, for one. To America, to ship shit, it's really far away. So we can't do that anymore.
You mean shut down Holden, like Australia shut down Holden before even? I mean,
Holden, they pulled out of the fucking. They went, no, we're not selling to Australia anymore because really we're just selling utes, and that's really not financially viable in a pandemic. That's what they said.
oh, so that's recent. They've just said,
I don't know,
in a pandemic.
I don't know. Actually, I can't remember now if that was before or after.
I mean, I'm not for. I don't know anything about Holden or Australian manufacturing and prior to this, in terms of Ford and Holden prior to this. But my understanding was that like Ford and Holden both stopped manufacturing years ago in Australia.
Yeah, but they still sold utes to Australia.
From America.
Yeah, they made them in America.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I mean, I can. Yeah, well.
Ford bought them ages ago, and that's why I was like, "What is Ford versus Holden? They're the same company." Yeah, well, they were. They are. And they are.
Yeah, no, I've heard that before. Yeah, but that was before any of this.
Ah, yeah. Okay, yeah.
But now, times 10 that point. Like, you're gonna send a car over to fucking.
Yeah, man, we should Australian cars.
And it's not even about like that Dick Smith, like, oh, don't let the profits go overseas. Okay, I can understand.
Is that what he says? We can't quote Dick Smith.
No, he's always been saying that.
Like, Dick Smith peanut butter. Don't send your profits overseas. That's good.
No, but that's what he's doing by existing as Dick Smith. When you buy a Dick Smith product, you are purchasing 100% Australian. Say what you will about him.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, being a businessman, whatever. He's trying his hardest to practice some form of ethical capitalism, if that is even fucking possible. I don't think it is anymore, but...
Yeah, it's not.
I mean, I'm a cynic, but I don't think so.
Yeah, it's not, because he had to close his shops, didn't he?
He went fucking bankrupt, because no one is going to agree with him, because everyone who is a...
Bankrupt. I think he still has a website.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, shit. I mean, maybe he does still exist. He does not. Whatever the case,
He's still around. I know about peanut butter.
Dick Smith Warehouse does not fucking exist anymore. Anyway, you fucking slice it. Dick Smith is not the mogul he used to be.
No, he's not. Yeah, emperor of electronics.
Look, there's a weird sentiment that you feel in capitalist Australia. I've always felt, and that is that it's not a big deal to where you're getting your materials, that you could be getting them from China, right? Which is the obvious thing I was getting to.
Wherever you can. It's wherever you can get them.
That's always from fucking China now.
Well, it's just because it's that way, but like if people could get PCB boards from, I don't know, Kalgoorlie, then I'm sure they would.
Yeah, but and that's it. We don't get them from Kalgoorlie because no one in Kalgoorlie in Western Australia wants to work at Foxconn, because if Foxconn was there...
Foxconn? Why does it need to be Foxconn? Why can't it be some fucking Australian fucking...
It should be.
Yeah.
It should be, but they just don't like the... I don't think people understand that, like, all computers, like, everything that we fucking... They do understand. That's a crazy thing. Everyone knows that it comes from fucking China. Everyone knows that it comes from the slave factories. Okay? I'm not gonna repeat Joe Rogan shit. We know, obviously, they have no human rights, okay? In China. Suicide nets. Need I say more? In the factories. Whatever. We all joke about the sweatshops. Okay. That's great. Yeah.
Long-running meme.
This is not a socialist podcast, but I'm saying it's like, what, like you're already selling yourself out when you buy your shit from the cheapest seller, because you know that they don't have fucking human rights in that country. You just know it, and yet you persist in doing that. If you work in industry in Australia, like, you just think it's part of the realpolitik, one of my favourite terms, that you just have to...
Well, we gotta do business elsewhere because of course, it's cheaper, yeah. And that sort of thinking's gotta go. It's just gonna be, like, what was it cost? Well, we used to pay $10 from China to make 10 billion mugs, but now we gotta pay $1 million.
Exactly. And why do we have to pay so much more over here? Is that because our workers have to get paid more?
Yeah, they gotta get paid more because they just do. And if they do, and we find that the price of fucking getting mugs or whatever goes up, fruit and veg, because now it's all on the Australian manufacturing side or whatever the fuck. And that's the cost of living that rises, and so isn't it just like that's it, whatever, it goes up, and we need, that's it.
Yeah, well, it is as simple as that, but that is, I don't think that people can even deal with that.
Well, we couldn't like the price of cigarettes couldn't go up anymore. Price of cigarettes, that's what we need to talk about here on the podcast, really needs to be lower.
I mean, that's the biggest shakedown that the government has ever given the people. We both agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, there is legit a tobacco conspiracy in Australia. I know that we all acknowledge. No, there is, in the sense that, like, we think that taxing the working...
But that's also, that's already, like, you've seen the movies, Midday, Channel 7, like the fucking tobacco farmer's wife and shit.
No, tobacco farmer's wife, what?
Yeah, and the movies about it all, the tobacco businesses in America, they've been doing this for ages, like, and you're not allowed to... I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but yeah, it's...
This is a Midday movie you saw?
Yeah.
Tell me, what are they saying? What's the point of it?
Well, it was basically like Rebel Without a Cause, but tobacco barons, family members. They were like, Or no, it's like Romeo and Juliet, but the tobacco families. Like, you can't go and smoke cigarettes over at the Winfield farm. I'll smoke the Benson and Hedges here. And then they fought. They jumped over the fence and fought each other in the middle of a tobacco plantation. That was the end of the movie. It was all over after that. He just beat him up and he was like, I showed you.
But like they don't need to pay the prices we need to pay over there. Like, they pay $4, $5, $8, $10, below 10. I'm not going any higher than 10. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
In the United States, they don't pay any more than $10 bucks.
Ridiculous. And I bet they'd want to sell it to us cheaper too.
I mean, definitely right now they would want to. Because they want to get money any way they can right now, but I think Big Tobacco isn't like there's like 3 companies are all tobacco.
Aren't they? Yeah, Imperial Tobacco. This is what I'm saying. They're just like giant families that rule it. So of course, like no one in fucking Australia can grow tobacco because it's like super illegal because the tobacco companies, they make a lot of laws. Isn't that it?
Well, yeah, I mean, they definitely don't want you growing your own fuck. I heard that you get like a $60,000 fine or something if you're growing your own tobacco. I don't know how fucking true that is. I mean, they're not going to slap that on you straight away. I'm sure they're going to be like, what is that? Destroy that. But before they do anything. But like, worst case scenario, if you're growing your own, I don't know.
Well, I think it'd be the case in America as well. It's like, no.
I would agree. It would be the same over there. But I'm saying like
the monopoly. It's the point of the monopoly. Is that maybe that's the crux?
Yeah, but it's not the monopoly. It's not the monopoly on tobacco. Why we need to pay fucking $40 a pack here?
Oh, exactly. Yeah, that's the darn tax.
It's simply a tax, and I get it. Like, I've always understood the rhetoric that the Australian government tries, which is like it's for your health. We got to tax you because you're killing yourself. We need.
Then I want free healthcare, which I already get, really. But they don't like you smoking already, so it's like I just don't want them to say you're a cunt for smoking when I'm paying a lot of money for smoking. I'm paying a lot of money to smoke.
Fuck yes, yeah, you touched on it. In fact, and a lot of it isn't even going to a fucking monopoly. Like, it's going to the country.
I want to see some of that shit. I want to see that money. I don't want a tram that I can't smoke on. I want a smoking yard, or at least a pub. But no, they're gone anyway, so I've got to forget about that. But you gotta remove tax.
It's all fucking gone now, man. Like pubs are fucking gone now. We can't even go into them now.
Yeah, whatever. So forget about smoking areas, but surely that means
the struggle.
Smoke anyway, and there's no revenue. Yeah, no, they'll just raise them. Yeah, fuck.
They'll just raise the prices of them again.
Yeah, they will.
I don't know why I find that so funny. It's because I know that's exact. Of course, even though no one has a fucking job.
Yeah, no one has a job. Yeah, yeah. But how are you gonna deal with your time not smoke?
Yeah, that's for sure. Quit smoking.
Yeah. You're stressed. Fuck you. And do yoga. Yeah. But you can't do that even because people can't go outside. That's what it's all about now, apparently. Like, where am I going to exercise?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think that was going to be a problem in the epidemic. It's like, oh, yeah, where am I going to exercise?
Yeah, why do people even give a fuck about that? I didn't know people were so keen to fucking exercise.
Well, can't you do it anywhere?
You can fucking exercise. When I was a kid, I've never worked out once in my fucking life. Like, I've done, like, in my most desperate moments, I've done, like, 10 push-ups just to see. And, but, like, the first thing I did, it was terrible, but the first thing I did fucking was go straight to Charlie Bronson, right? The movie Bronson wasn't even out yet. The movie Bronson wasn't even out yet, and I went straight to Charlie Bronson. He'd written a book at this time, and I was like, who is this psychopath, like, with the massive muscles and he's bald with the big beard and the glasses? And he had this book on how to work out in a prison cell, and he says that he was that big, he was that swole, that he was eating prison meals, right?
Wow.
So when I hear, I'm the biggest Joe Rogan fan ever, but when
you can get swole in isolation.
That's my point. Yes, thank you.
Johnson can do it, and that guy from Old Boy.
Yes, Odesu from Old Boy. Now, oh my God, everybody in the world lives like Odesu from Old Boy. I haven't even thought of that until now.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I thought of one while playing Counter-Strike, right? I thought, for all the Counter-Strike fans out there, playing Inferno is like actually going to the shops in Italy right now.
Yeah, fucking A. I can get that. They're saying in Italy, yeah, they just, people, I mean, I'm sure you've all heard, I'm sure you're all talking about it on social media. I haven't checked. I've gone off social media since this has all happened, because I've just gone underground. But I know that you're going to be talking about the fact that in Italy, people are just walking into the shops, they're walking out, and the people going, hey, don't pay for that. And they're like, hey, I got to eat, you know? And it's like, that's already happening.
I saw that they were going to the shops, and they were like closing the stores because they were only shutting or letting so many people in, and they would shut at a certain time. So, of course, like, the lines are fucking, around the block, and the last people don't get anything, and they close the shop. And they're like, nope, no more. And so they were like, no. They were really upset. Because what? You want some food. You want some fresh food.
But they stole. You're saying they definitely fucking stole.
That's a new thing I've not heard. But,
Yeah.
I guess what else are you going to do? Maybe they don't have any money.
Well, I they wouldn't have any job at the moment. I don't know how good their dole is over there. Like, over here, we're pretty fucking sweet. You get 580 a fortnight at the moment.
Oh, don't tell the world.
Well, they should know. Ryan just said, don't tell them, but I get it. I get that. Like, because we are the fucking privileged here, right? But we're not well-to-do by any means, and we're just like we both still live with our fucking parents, like that. You know what I mean? But you can still be comfortable at the moment, yeah. But I'm already saying, from in here, it's like I got to go back to my fucking job after this, and unless they give me a vaccination that is guaranteeing me to not get this disease,
Like a vaccine.
Vaccination, I said, yeah. And yeah, then I don't want to risk myself going out there for them without getting paid for that.
It needs to be, equated in the fact. So that should be at least like $150 an hour.
Well, it fucking seems like that. Like, I know that seems insane. Like, you go, oh.
Off the price of cigarettes. I'm just going off that, really.
Yes, fucking good point. Like, when you consider that most folk who work like to smoke.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so
Anyway.
cigarettes are a fucking commodity right now. Like, if there's a fucking disease, I know that, you don't want to be a smoker if you get this. Man, there are people who are healthy, there are personal trainers who are getting killed by this. It's like, it's the same argument. Like, people, doctors defended smoking in the days of the Spanish flu up till the 50s. Like, of course they were getting paid off. Yeah. But regular folk knew it wasn't good for you even back in the old days. Like, regular folk on the street who smoked a lot.
It's not good for you. It's not good.
No, they would know. Like, they would know, oh, shit, this is addictive. I can't, or my teeth are fucking falling apart or some shit eventually. My gums, if you're chewing at your gums,
Your choice, it's there, whatever,
But it makes a lot more sense when you consider the Spanish flu is going around. That'll take you anyway. you know, which used to be, by the way, they called it the Spanish lady.
Why?
Just inherent racism. Like they would say that it's like the Spanish flu.
Did it even come from Spain?
No, I don't think it did. I think it.
No.
Yeah.
They didn't have a team of.
Yeah.
What are they called? The forensic. Damn. We were watching something on YouTube and they said, you know, Hollywood isn't like real life. There's a team of. Damn, I don't know what they are. People who
Forensic investigators or something?
Yeah, but for germs or something. Yeah.
Yeah, pathogen.
Yeah. Like zip in and hey.
Like SEAL Team 6.
Yeah.
There was nothing like that back then. It was just all sent around by everyone coming back from World War One. They're all on the boats. You know, it keeps on migrating from one hemisphere to the other. I don't see why this wouldn't be the exact same thing. Like, everyone is so convinced.
Healthcare, not, you know, maybe not for America, but healthcare, that's a big factor.
What about healthcare, sorry?
They had shit healthcare in 1920.
Oh, yeah, fuck, yeah. They didn't even have... I don't even know if they had antibiotics in 1920. I don't think they did.
I think they were just figuring out. They just had the wheel. They just got that.
Yeah, but the Spanish flu...
didn't do anyone any favors.
No, fuck Spanish flu. Fuck COVID-19.
Flus are bad.
Flus are so shit. And now everyone, has
the flu.
Yeah, every cunt is yeah, but it doesn't... There's never been a flu that locked down fucking China like this. Like, they had... I was saying before, I was like, oh, you know, they're doing the lockdown, and maybe this is how it was for SARS, but because of social networking, or lack thereof, back in the old days of SARS, maybe they were doing the exact same thing as we see now. They are locking everyone in their homes back then. That's how they dealt with it, because that's how totalitarian regimes deal with these sorts of things. They just nail people in their houses shut, and then we'll check on them and see if they're dead. And if they're dead, they're no longer part of the problem, and that's okay because we're totalitarian, I guess.
Did they do that?
In SARS and MERS or whatever, no, I don't think they did. I don't think they didn't fucking shut down China like this because we were still trading with them.
Transmissible or whatever. It didn't transfer to people.
No, it didn't. No.
Why not? Isn't it the same sort of thing?
Man, I'm telling you, man, and this is why we're going into crazy conspiracy shit as well, okay? Because I saw this one dude. He's not even Joe Rogan is talking about it. Yeah. This was that dude who gets around on the motorcycle, Low Y 84 or whatever his fucking name is.
That's right.
Yeah, just YouTube. I found the source of the coronavirus, and it's got like the picture of the needle and the mask or something, and like he's over there and he can read fluent Chinese, Cantonese, Mandarin, I don't fucking know, and he's reading their equivalent of like job sites, and it's recruiting people who are working in bat research to come and research how easy transferable this really bad, they use the word really bad disease.
Really bad disease.
Yeah, and they want to figure out, they found this new terrible disease, and they want to figure out how much it can, how transferable it is from humans, from bats to humans.
The full story, they had like a patient zero. Where is patient zero? And like, she's not on the website anymore.
Yeah, they show all of the people who are working on the thing. I'm sure you've all fucking seen this now, but I haven't been on social networking at all past few days. I have on my regular group chat thing. I'm not even doing that now. I don't even know what's safe to talk about anymore in the public. Not right now. I'm not a paranoid fuck, but I'm just saying, everything you say now, like, could come back and bite you, like, 10 years down the track if you know what I mean? Because they're going to be fucking all about, like, who's on their side. Like, are you on Australia's side? Are you on Team Australia? Which I get that. You don't want people I'm assuming that everyone's going to be against China after this, okay? I don't want them to be.
You think the world's going to be really nationalistic?
Yes, I think they're going to be you're going to see nationalistic. It's not a good thing either.
Because everyone's going to be like, rawr, I hate that we came out of this like this.
Take it easy.
Good night. Yeah. And shit like that.
And it's so hard. It's like, at the other end of this, it's like I fear that they're going to blame communist China, and they're going to say that it's because that they practice communism, which I've always thought, like, no, they don't, like, because I've read into, I love reading about that shit. Like, I'm a lefty in that way. I wouldn't call myself a fucking communist, but the ideology that it was meant to be, as said by Marx or whoever, is, like, just equality. Like the word is not inherently bad, because you're using the word that it's community, like the root, you know what I mean? It's like the communism, it uses the same word as community, as fucking, like...
Oh, right.
It's not a dirty word.
Yeah, commune.
Yeah, commune, it's not...
It's not bad.
Yeah, why? That isn't so fucking bad.
Well, it's bad now, living all together so close.
It seems like the worst fucking thing in the world right now, because because you think of totalitarian China straight away when you think of it.
Really, you're defending, going back to the socialist bit, it's the defending the socialist bit. Why is socialism under this umbrella of communism and this fascist regime type stuff? Why is socialism under that umbrella?
Yes, because it's within the interests of, like, capitalists. I don't want to just say capitalists.
The idea of socialism really isn't so offensive to who people might call capitalists, because it's not, maybe.
Like, of course it's not. They just practiced socialism by bailing out the companies that needed bailing out, in America's case.
Yeah, that's socialism.
That's socialism.
It's like, as Bernie says, like, during those debates, is like, they already have socialistic things for big companies. They when you see them, get bailed out, say, that is socialism being practiced for them. It's just not practiced for the people or the masses, yeah?
And it's like, if it's not for us, how is it not for them, right? And that's assuming that socialism's a good word. Like, if you like in Australia, like, I don't know, most of the people we talk to, they're cool with it. But when I go to work, like, just work, like, when I was unloading trucks and shit, like, the majority of people around do not want to hear any of that. They don't want to hear socialist talk. They roll their eyes straight away. They think that is crazy.
I guess
that is crazy shit.
It's to the point that it's like the dole people, how they've changed their rhetoric seemingly on the TV, calling the dole bludgers, and now calling them like recipients of the welfare of the Commonwealth, or something like that.
Which is what they always fucking were.
Well, yeah, obviously, yeah. What's happening hasn't changed, but their rhetoric has changed, and like how kind they've like put it.
And so they should.
And so it should, yeah.
And so they should.
Yeah. But that is a socialist thing, like the dole, I suppose. I guess it is.
Yeah, it is, but that's what I was saying earlier. I don't even want them calling it the fucking dole anymore. And I know that you're saying, like, nah, let it be what it is, be proud of that, but I think that they can use that word to make it like that is the subsistence that you get, subsistence or whatever, that you get as a result of being lazy. So therefore you're getting doled out, like, poor crazy person, poor angry person.
Does the dole come from the verb doled, or does doled come from the noun?
So to say, yeah, I think it comes from, like, you're doling out.
But I think the dole is first. Gotta look up etymology.
Yeah, the etymology of the word dole.
Dole. I think it's ancient. It's like
No, it is old.
new ancient words. It's like Abba, and that's God in Hebrew. And
So you search dole and it gets work for the dole straight away. Work for the dole is an Australian federal government program. What is the dole?
just look up dole etymology.
Hang on, first let me get definition. Benefit paid by the state of the unemployed. That's the noun. A person's lot or destiny.
See, there you go.
Distribute. See, and it's crazy. Like, see, even that first definition.
Look up etymology, not just definition.
Yeah. I was going to do that.
What's like, yeah, what do those syllables mean? Germanic Old English. Dole.
Yeah. Dole. It looks like dal with a tail above the A. So it's like,
Proportional share. It's your share. This is the distribution of charitable gifts. There you go.
that's fucking crazy. Yeah, it's no, it's exactly what I thought it was. But what is fucking crazy is that the order of those definitions, even the order of the fucking, if you dictionary dole, the first definition is not what I thought it was. It was actually the definition is how we all use it. Dole, benefit paid by the state of the unemployed.
Yeah.
To the unemployed, sorry.
Yeah.
Benefit paid to the state of the unemployed. That's what the dole is, okay? And it's that's the number one definition, okay? And the second definition, a person's lot...
Didn't see any unemployment or employment sort of sense in that old fucking Germanic.
It doesn't even go there.
Well, obviously not, yeah.
And I didn't expect it to, but what I really didn't expect was the first definition to actually refer to unemployment benefits.
Well, maybe it shouldn't. Maybe it shouldn't.
It fucking shouldn't. That fuck no. It should mean to like distribute, like...
Press the arrow to show like the usage. Where's the usage graph?
Where is the usage graph?
Go down. There. So...
Latin, dolere, grieve. So you got the word grieve, dolere, and then it goes, that became dolus, doel, mourning. What the fuck? Sorrow, mourning.
There you go. Oh, that's
Mourning, it's a dole, oh my god. It is more negative connotations for the word. This is going even further away from handing
that
out.
mustn't be. I trust the old Germanic.
I mean, I don't want to side with Germanic language over
I don't know what
over Latin necessarily. I'm not.
the fucking tablet said. What were inscribed on the... Was it dolus or was it fucking something else? Probably dolus. Here's the mourning. Hey, maybe it meant like here's the reapings of our mass murdering across the whole of fucking Europe. From the Roman Empire, that is.
Yeah, fucking oath.
They were like, here's the mourning, which comes in the form of nice bread for you to eat today, pleb.
Well, whatever it is, I never want to apologize for being on it again. I never want to be called a fucking lazy cunt for being on it again.
Well, they've changed their rhetoric, and now we have video proof of their flim-flammy ways if they do that.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's just pretend it's still the 5th. We're just going to go through today's selected anniversaries. As we say this, it's 51 minutes into the 6th, but what the fuck, whatever. In 1847, Birkenhead Park, generally acknowledged as the world's first publicly funded civic park, opened in Birkenhead in England.
Who cares?
Who cares? In 1936, during the second deadliest tornado outbreak in U.S. history, an F5 tornado struck Tupelo, Mississippi, and killed 216 people in 1936.
That was a really fast car.
Nice.
Nah, yeah, that's F5.
Yeah, no, I saw that. F5 tornado. Yeah, it sounds like a car.
Yeah.
Anyway, 1976, the Tiananmen incident.
Oh, bugger.
A protest against the Chinese regime triggered by the death of Premier Zhou Enlai near the end of the Cultural Revolution took place in Tiananmen Square in Beijing.
On topic.
Yep, that's an apt one. Let's maybe look a little bit.
Oh, really?
All right, no, okay, fair enough. But, yep, okay.
Has anybody heard of...
Let's just throw China under the bus some more now with talking about the point in the history.
Football violence.
On this day in 2000, before a semi-final of the UEFA Cup in Istanbul, Turkey, fan violence broke out, resulting in 2 Leeds United supporters being stabbed to death, and Galatasaray supporters being banned from attending the second leg in England. Oh my god!
Second leg of the football?
It's like...
UEFA.
I love how they're just like... okay, I gotta look up what the UEFA is, sorry.
It's football, of course. They said football.
Yeah, it's football.
How many legs in their games? How many legs in their soccer matches?
How many players on the team?
What's the second leg? What is the leg? Do I?
I don't know.
Ignorant?
Yeah, no, I'm sure we both doing that.
Leg of the whole.
Yeah, of the whole competition. Yeah, like. Yeah, but it's like that's obvious. Like they're just saying it's like it resulted in 2 of the dudes who were attacked being killed, and the team was banned. It's like, yeah, duh.
The whole team.
I know the team wasn't doing the stabbing, but it's just like I don't think you want to have a match in, like it's no longer sport. Like it's no longer it's like
Maybe they were just like doing what they did in England. Wasn't it cool in Turkey?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, but stabbing. Oh man, what? Fan violence broke out. But why did the fan violence break out? That's actually what I really want to get to the bottom of there.
No reason. Aftermath. In 2002, that's 2 years after it. Violence occurred at 9 o'clock in Istanbul's Taksim Square during a fight between Leeds fans and Galatasaray fans the day before the... Now, I'm reading this like Forrest Gump, so I can't read it anymore.
Sorry. Hang on. Okay, yeah, so it's the Leeds United supporters being killed. Yeah, okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. Fair enough. I thought Leeds United players were stabbed amidst the craziness. It just said supporters, sorry. Yeah, I know that. Hey, it's a fucking crazy world. You want to die for a soccer match? Like, Jesus Christ.
Well, that's the most interesting thing to happen on this yesterday. 20 years ago. Yesterday, 20 years ago.
Yeah, and quote of the day.
That's a big quote.
Yeah, it's a pretty big fucking quote. Alright, fuck that. Jesus Christ, what else more is there?
I don't think there's anything really.
Yeah, alright, that's all good. You've been listening to the Good Old 1984 podcast, and we'll talk to you soon.